you might visit the Wagon Wheel neighborhood and ask yourself the question, is this really Oxnard? It feels so different. This is all new construction here. And yes, developers generally are pretty savvy about where they put new homes and new developments, and they didn't miss the mark here either. Your easy access to shopping at the Collection Shopping Center across Highway 101, and you're close as well to restaurants and shops within the neighborhood. However, new construction is coming to a close here, and there's only limited new housing available. So let's take a look at the pros and cons of living in the Wagon Wheel neighborhood. What's the lifestyle like in the neighborhood? Well, right here in Wagon Wheel, you've got the Honey Cup Coffee, you've got the Wagon Wheel Brewing Company with a trivia night on Wednesdays. Is a super popular destination here, and they have an amazing outdoor sunny courtyard. You're gonna still see a lot of storefronts here that are empty, and some residents will tell you that they're disappointed that they were promised there was gonna be a whole big variety of different types of shopping in this area, and it just hasn't quite yet turned out that way yet. However, there is a ton more shopping right outside the development. Just go across Oxnard Boulevard and you have BJ's Restaurant and Brewery. You've got a Home Depot, Staples, lots of big box stores. And then if you go across Highway 101, that direction, not very far, you've got the Whole Foods and the Collection Shopping Center, a Target, REI, lots more big box stores, restaurants. This area is the thriving hub of Oxnard, where people are coming to shop, not just from Oxnard, but from all over. This is a destination shopping area, and you'd be living right in the thick of it. They're advertising that there's going to be a bike path on this side of the development close to Highway 101, and there's going to be stops for exercise stations. They're also planning on bringing a dog park, bowling alley, pickleball courts. So they're definitely still in the new phase of construction. And that's one thing to consider, right? If you're living here, you are going to be close to the 101. The homes are really well built, so we've heard from a lot of residents that it's really not a bother. Another thing to be aware of is there's train tracks as well on the other side of the development, which actually has a train that runs by that area. Your access is amazing here. You're right next to the 101, so you can get to Oxnard's amazing beaches, all the fun things to do in Ventura and their beaches and the boardwalk and the pier. And then you're convenient driving to Los Angeles or Thousand Oaks. So you just can't beat the location here for commuting and getting to fun places and things to do. Part of the reason this Wagon Wheel area is so busy is there's also a large amount of apartments here. So that can lead to tighter parking. And some of these units actually back up right next to the brewery. So that might be a little noisy if you're living right across from the brewery. Hey, are you liking this video? If you do, give it a thumbs up. It makes us giggle. And if you're liking this content, hit the notification bell. You'll get notified by YouTube when we make more videos on living in Ventura County. The park here at Wagon Wheel is super popular. You have volleyball, you have a large kids playground, and you do see a lot of people collecting in this area and socializing and having fun. It is worth mentioning when we talked to the developer, they said the only thing that's missing for the development is a pool. And they mentioned that if you want to go swimming, you can make friends with one of the people living in the apartments and use their pool. So I don't know what to think about that. It does have a busy urban feel here. You can maybe hear the fire truck in the background. You will hear car noises from the highway, loud engines. There can be planes flying overhead and a helicopter or two heading to the Oxnard airport. So there is a ton going on here, and if you don't like that kind of activity and excitement, this might not be the area for you. Hey, are you thinking of buying a new construction home at the Wagon Wheel? If you are, before you register at their office, talk to us, because if you register with us at the Wagon Wheel, we can not only advise you on the ins and outs of buying a new construction home, but we'll also give you $5,000 at closing. That's a pretty big deal. So give us a call. You're gonna find 2 EV charging stations in the neighborhood, and also there is really quite lovely landscaping as you walk around the area. There's a little mini green park here where you can take your dog. One complaint you will still hear from residents is the noise and dust from construction. And while this phase of development is coming to an end, there are future plans for more development in the future. So there will be some more construction as well in the future. Residents in the townhome section have told me one of the things they like is they actually can park on the street and they'll bump into their neighbors as they're going in and out of their home. Also, they do have 2-car garages, which depending on the size of your car might not actually fit the 2 cars that you have. They also have told me that it is quiet here, neighbors are friendly. They do see some homeless traveling through sometimes, but they have said it's not really a big issue to them. And overall, everyone I've talked to who lives here loves living here.
Another thing worth noting, as we were exploring the model right next to this one, there was another couple that was exploring this one. When we were in the adjoining model, I heard a big thump and was wondering what was that. We asked the other couple and they said that they had opened up the freezer and closed it. So the fridge being up against the wall, opening and closing, makes a little noise, at least with this fridge. However, if you're the one lucky enough to have this fridge, maybe you don't mind. The Model 2 may not have that top floor balcony patio, or what they like to call a California room, but it has two things that really stand out. The first one being that downstairs bedroom bathroom. It's the only unit that has that out of these three models. And the second thing is all of the ceilings are 9 feet tall, but in Model 2, when you get to that primary bedroom, Bart is almost 6 feet tall, and so I'm gonna show you the ceiling compared to him. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Ah, look at that. 11-foot ceilings in this room. Guess what? This model home is here, ready to be purchased. Today is the first day it is on the market, and you are the first to know about it. So everything is included. You are in love with this television? Guess what? It's included. Or this couch, which is very comfortable to sit on. And ready to have a little card game? Well, here's your dining room table, ready to play on. It is ready to move in. And with that ready to move in, the builder is willing to buy down your rate forever. It's not just for the first 3 years or 5 years. You can move into this place and have a lower rate than on the market. There are only 5 units left, and then they're not going to be building them anymore. You're going to have to buy one that's already been lived in. Each one of these has 9-foot ceilings, upgraded quartz counters, and just little finishing touches that will make you feel like you are in luxury living at its finest. The half bath is huge. It's the size of like 2 half baths put together that I've seen before. And they did this to make sure that it is wheelchair accessible. LG appliances. One of them is a gas stove. I love having windows open and everything while I'm in my house. And so one thing to keep in mind is that you are close to the highway. And that means you're going to be hearing some noise. Also, while I was walking around in here, I heard somebody sneeze. The front door is open. And I don't know where the sneeze came from, but it is something to keep in mind. When you live in a condo, you're not just gonna have exterior noises from the traffic and the highway, but also you might hear things from your neighbors. However, this complex really does keep visitors to the minimum. With that fob key, you have to be able to fob into each floor. So if you don't belong on the second floor, you're not going to the second floor. The padding in the primary bedroom is so soft. It's like a little massage for my feet as I move back and forth. You're going to be really comfortable in here by yourself or a little snug with somebody else. It is a fiberglass finish, so those last about 10 to 15 years. You don't have to worry about grout or caulking and replacing that, which is something that I'm going to have to redo in mine. There are fire sprinklers already in the unit. The lights come on with your movement. That's fun. And for those of you with kids or who just love to soak in a tub, then you have your tub here in your full bathroom. You have your own storage closet outside of your unit. And a semi-private elevator where you use your fob key not only to get into the building, but also on your floor level. You have parking on the main floor in this building, and it is gated, so you have private access to it. And you have to fob key it to open the door.
Just wanted to mention, as far as noise from one unit to the next, I have not heard from anyone who lives here that that's a problem. And so while Keziah might have heard the fridge door closed from an adjoining unit to the one we were in when touring it, we haven't heard any complaints from residents about noise traveling from one unit to the next. And the developer has said they haven't had any complaints about that either. And it does feel like when you're in them as well, especially with the windows closed, it can get a lot more quiet real quickly. Hey, we hope you like this video. If you're thinking about moving to Ventura County or buying a home here, give us a call. Bart and Keziah, we are real estate agents. We'd love to help you.